Hello, I'm Orestria, and I'm playing Pheonix Wright, Ace Attorney. I'm on trial for murder now. Well, Pheonix Wright is, and I'm Pheonix Wright, because that's how video games work. This world is hurting my head because it works like no kind of legal system should. Also, to make up for the lack of makeup... Yeah, to compensate for the lack of makeup in previous episodes, I'm wearing entirely too much today. I mean, that or I was recording some kind of episode about something, I don't know. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah, one way or another, this case gets decided today. That is way too loud. There we go. Pheonix, look. Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth, no matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So that's my policy. You've changed. Don't expect any special treatment, Pheonix Wright. Well, court will be starting soon. But wait, your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. Because this is a video game. Alright, let's do this. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Pheonix Wright. Prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor, I will be defending myself. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see the prosecution may call its witness. Why didn't the judge ask why his defendant didn't testify already? It's almost like he knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. I mean, I don't fucking care, but I feel like the game is telling me I'm supposed to, so. You owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against my FA? Shrug. I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man. I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. My sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. See, in real life, you would want to have both your witnesses because two witnesses corroborate each other instead of one witness who can just be lying like, you know, Miss May was. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. I feel like that was a more clever name as a Japanese game than as an English game. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage. Oh, I forgot. See how I glitter! There's no way I'm gonna actually edit this to put in that meme, but it would be excellent if I did. If you don't know the meme, go watch Lindsay Ellis's video on Pocahontas. Yeah. Do my locutions confuse? My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. Alright. The CEO or president of Blue Court. Do you know the victim, Miss Faye? No, I don't. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder, and you witnessed the murder from there. Why tell you what you already know? Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Because it's a video game. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, Mr. White. Goddamn. I hope that you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Pheonix. It was about 9 o'clock. I was quietly perusifying some papers by the window. I heard a bedlam coming from outside. I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. I will say one thing. The joke of him saying really long words that he thinks makes him smart, and half of them aren't real words and half of them are used incorrectly, it's actually really funny. I can't even read this shit. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. What is up with my hood? Yes, Your Honor. Alright. Alright. We have the autopsy report, the phone call that says the clock stuff, the glass shards, which we didn't use last time, so that probably is going to come up this time, the clock, the wiretap, the Maya paper, and then this was a new one. The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but then she was caught and struck. And the murder scene map, I think that will also come into play this time. It was 9 o'clock, yes. Reading newspapers by the window. I mean, we already, established that he wasn't in the room last time. The bellhop said so, but whatever. The victim ran away, but you gave chase. There's a terrible impaction and it was over. I'm genuinely not sure what to do right now. I could press him about this. When I was in the hotel the first time, I said I don't think I could see the face of someone across the way. But I don't have any kind of evidence to that, so I don't know if the game is going to let me use that, and I don't think it will. Press this, how do you know it was me and not some other guy? But I don't think they'll accept that. I feel like I'm supposed to press something. Or maybe here, because he hasn't said, what I hit with? I don't know. Don't you just mean impact? Ridiculosity! You need to brush up your language skills. So I didn't take damage, but it apparently wasn't right. I don't fucking know what I'm supposed to do here, so. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on TV and was weeping openly. Did you know that she had been tapping the Fae office phone? Irrelevant, that has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone on this Fae woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Ho ho, I know. I am El Presidente. I can't help but think of Tropico now. Am I supposed to present Miss May's testimony? But it agrees. I don't fucking know what I'm supposed to do. Can you be more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprehende. I understand. Aha! Ran to the left. Are you sure? Oh my god, he's... Was Edgeworth trying to hint to him that it was wrong? Victim ran to the left and you gave chase. See, I still think this is terrible evidence because she lied about literally everything else. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. That's a little, like, extreme. You said the victim ran to the left, but that contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Sorry, there's a spider situation going on over there. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim she did, she would have been running away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. Yeah, because that's why the corner is all fucked up. She did go to the left. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing? Wait a sec. Did you just figure out he's the killer? Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? The killer is here. Miss May is here. They're both right. Because she saw her go to the right and he saw her go to the left. Both witnesses are telling the truth for once. I doubt it. That does not clear up the contradiction. There's one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? What do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fae & Co., of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from here, it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order, I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion. Oh, look at him sweating though. The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. They do seem far-fetched. Ho ho ho. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, then you hit her savagely. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Nah, she had a single blow. Is Edgeworth gonna whip out another new autopsy report? Because that'd be really funny. That is what Miss May saw. You see? You hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? Yeah. Alright, we just want to get to you hit her twice. Alright, give me the new autopsy report. From Ablo. The victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were absolutely perfect? I'll refrain from using this phrase from now on. If you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request there will be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well, if the witness would care to revise his testimony. Crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, Mr. White. Okay. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment I saw Ms. Mia run to the left. You attacked her, but she dodged, and then she turned and ran for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow, thwap. Thwap, indeed. You may begin the cross-examination. My stomach, you see, it's hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. The other window when I heard that thing fall. I have no idea what he heard fall. Heard what fall? You heard that thing fall? What was that thing? The glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd? That is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony. And then he can't see that. The light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. It was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity. If you were in the Gatewater Hotel, as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell, either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that is from inside the Fey Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Gah. Sorry, not voice acting right now. Also, I have testimony from the bellhop testifying that there was no one in the room with Miss May at 9 o'clock, meaning you don't have that alibi, but you know, whatever. Mr. White, you did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict. That's far enough, Pheonix Wright. I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. Leading the witness much? Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. As you know, Mr. White is CEO of Blue Corps. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? The question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. In order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. That is when I saw the accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly. Mr. Pheonix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand at the moment of the murder. Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to the office well before the murder took place, when he went there to place the wiretap. He could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Pheonix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. See how I glitter? Leave it to me. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course I had done so to place the wiretap. This is when I saw the glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over, by the sound? Correct, that is right. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. Beginning of September. Maybe I can bluff something out of him? Why are you placing the fucking wiretap? Thank you. Has no bearing on the current case. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. I don't know. Was it really you that went into the office, or was it Miss May? Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found. They were obviously Mrs. White's. It's already run a check on those. Tell us why you went to Fay & Co. Ow. Well, I've bluffed everything except for the light stand, so... Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Well, I've pressed every one of those, and that wasn't enough for the bluff. Do we try and pretend like it was broken before then? I don't fucking know. I'm just guessing. Yeah, I'm taking damage for that. Oh, I didn't mean press. I don't know. I genuinely just don't know. This is like a game logic thing where like I can imagine different ways that this could go, but I don't know how the game wants to go, and because it's not based on the evidence I have, but I'm supposed to be bluffing, I don't know how the game wants me to bluff. I have no idea. Cool, I got ghosts showing up now. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. There's no way to greet an old friend. I want you to look at me. So we awakened Maya's psychic powers by getting defeated. So it's Maya and Mia. We don't have much time. You've already won. You have that receipt in the court record. White wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. It's a regular receipt from a famous department store. $1,000, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Date of purchase, September 4th. September 4th? I bought that stand the day before I was killed. Now what did Mr. White say in his testimony? Okay, without the help of a psychic, I don't know how I was supposed to know that that receipt helped. I think the court is about to convene. Go do it, Pheonix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it. This defendant, are you alright, Mr. White? Sorry about that. I'm fine now. Start where we left off. Your Honor, there's nothing to go back to. The cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that's left is for you to pass judgment on the defendant. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you this is the last I'll ask of you. The trial is more or less finished. Let him have his last chance. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written on it in blood. You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? A glass light stand, and the date of purchase, the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Co. offices at the beginning of September, the stand would not have been there. Quoi. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. He's losing it. Your Honor, I understand that there might be quite a bit of pressure on you, but I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Then that is all for the trial of... Not so fast, Pheonix Wright. No way he can worm his way out. Wait, it's Edgeworth. There's a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Pheonix Wright is innocent, or that he did it. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Pheonix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. There's also no evidence that I am guilty. No, that's the wrong thing to say, you dumb butt. The witness will stay. Read this note out loud. Your Honor, if I may, you're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You're trying to convict me. I would have something I would like to read in court. The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop, desist, halt. Please stop, make him stop. How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now, or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I did it. I killed her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Well, yeah. If only you knew how spirited it was. This court finds the defense, rather the defendant, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. See, like, it was just really unsatisfying to me. We didn't get to go into his motive and, like, the fact that he clearly stole, like, the papers that were in the thinker, and the reason she got killed was because of the white section being missing. And it wasn't possible for me to do it without a ridiculous guess or a literal psychic coming to help me. IDK, man. Never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations, you're lucky I was born a fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Pheonix. You risked a lot to help me and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. You're already dead. My time here is running out. Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. There's still so much to say. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll meet again. I'm not the chief anymore. Can you come to the office tonight, 9 o'clock? I'll see you later. Being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came. I was kind of worried you might not. Of course I came. I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? You should see your face. What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya! What, did I look like my sister? Look like? You were her! I might be able to use that. Oh, Pheonix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this, see? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Pheonix for me. She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright & Co. law offices, right? Who better but me, Maya Faye, reporting for duty. On second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick, Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that that's what your friend Larry calls you. You know what this means? We're partners. You know, when I think about it, it's Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. law offices, it's got a good ring to it. Thanks, Maya. Good luck, Pheonix. I'll always be here watching. Right, okay, Nick, let's do it. Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint down the street. Come on, time's a-wasting. Okay, wait up. The end. I don't know. Like, it's definitely a funny game, but if your entire gameplay is like click-based logic stuff, and I can't get into the logic, then it's pretty hard. I don't know. I feel kind of weird after that last case. Oh well. I think I'm going to try at least one more case to make sure that I've properly got a feel for the game. Just because, like, the first one was a tutorial, and the second one was clearly also more set up in a way. I'm assuming not every case is literally about my personal life. So, I don't know. We'll see next time. You can like this video, subscribe for more, follow me at twitter.com/Orestria, or come see me on the TDDC Discord. Link in the doobly-doo. Bye-bye.